Hey everybody, Movie Fan Z here. So I just got finished watching 2016's Gods of Egypt, and this movie is directed by Alex Proyas. Proyas. I might be saying that wrong. Proyas. And he's also directed 1994's The Crow. He did I, Robot in 2004, and he also did Knowing in 2009. So basically, this story is you have this mortal, Beck, played by Brenton Thwaites, who you might also know from the lead in, let me see this right, 2014's The Giver, and he was also in 2017's Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. So he teams up with the god Horus, played by Nikolai Coster-Waldau, and he is known for playing Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones. So they team up to take on the god Set, played by Gerard Butler, who has usurped the throne of Egypt and has turned the peaceful and prosperous empire into one of chaos and destruction. So other people in this movie, the big one is Chadwick Boseman, who plays Thoth, who is the god of knowledge. And he's actually the main reason I rewatched this. Because in my movie trivia leagues, I want to expand my knowledge about Chadwick Boseman. And why not rewatch one of his earlier movies? You also have Courtney Eden, who plays Zaya. She was also in Mad Max Fury Road. She plays the love interest of Beck, and she is involved in a storyline that involves Beck in a big way. And then you also have Elodie Yung, who plays Hathor, who is the goddess of love, but also was like mistress of the dead at one time in her life. And you might also know her because she played Elektra in Marvel's Daredevil. Played Elektra in Netflix's Daredevil. It's still Marvel, but... So, the Metascores aren't great for this. It has a 25 total for Metascore, and it has a 5.4 on IMDb. Not great scores. But since I did all that introduction, let's get into what I thought of this movie. Overall, it's a good movie. It's not groundbreaking, it's not a great movie, but it's still enjoyable for what it is. Let's get to the negative first, and we'll end on the positive. The CGI and the fight scenes is very noticeable, and it doesn't look that good. Also, the acting is not that good. It's very stale and very not believable at times. But those are the only negatives that I had. As far as positives, I did like the action. Even though the CGI wasn't great, it was still cool action. I did like the story because you got to know backstories of everybody and all the things that the main characters had to go through to get to the big climax. But the big thing that I liked in this movie is the look. And when I mean look, it goes to three different things. That's the look of the gods, because in this movie you can tell the difference between the gods and the mortals, because the gods tower over the mortals. And what I mean by the look of the gods, it's like when they're in their god form and not in their human form. Second thing, look-wise, is the creatures. You encounter different creatures in here, and they all look kind of cool. Finally, you have the look of the world, of the Empire. And that is the thing that just draws you in. So overall, I'm going to give this a 3.5. Again, it's a good movie. It's enjoyable. There are some things about it that just aren't great. But that is my review for 2016's Gods of Egypt. Come back next time for another review. This is Movie Fan Z signing off. Have a good night.